As we reflect upon the tragic events of September 11th, there are undoubtedly many who are still seeking answers. Throughout the last 12 years, we've seen nothing but corruption and deceit echoed throughout the political and media establishment, all to perpetuate endless war and the erosion of our rights. This government can no longer be trusted at its word about pretty much anything. Instead, we need to seek out the truth for ourselves. Unfortunately, the act of questioning anything about this event now runs you the risk of being dismissed as a conspiracy theorist or a lunatic by the corporate media.
That the government would deliberately kill 3,000 people to accuse the president of this because of this, he's protecting oil interests. Governor, that's a terrible accusation to make.
You cannot say that any member of the Bush administration knew it was going to happen or wanted it to happen. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
Every time Rosie O'Donnell says something about 9/11 conspiracies or the fillings in your teeth being like a mind-numbing government plot against you, I mean, it's gone too far at this point.
It really hasn't.
Apparently, it's a disgrace to want more than a stack of paperwork and a congressional seal to find out how much the government knew and what it chose to do or not do on that terrible day. And perhaps the most fascinating of terms that have become a pejorative for the establishment is truther. When did seeking the truth become a bad thing? And how did the pursuit of any kind of facts become so objectionable? Look, this dismissal is deliberate. It's also severely dumbing down the dialogue we should be having, and in fact, it's an endangerment to investigative journalism. For crying out loud, to question official narratives is the role of journalists, historians, and documentarians. Otherwise, we'd just be getting our news verbatim from government press releases. And most journalists who do question further get praise for their determination and courage to not accept an answer at face value. But for some reason, 9/11 is put into a different category altogether. If someone wants to dig deeper and not accept the government's analysis at face value, they're considered almost un-American. I guess it makes people too uncomfortable to believe that the same criminal cabal that oversaw a torture program, murdered 1 million Iraqis, and started war based on known falsehoods just might have the lack of empathy to allow such a tragedy to occur to advance its geopolitical goals. So if a truther is simply a person that cares about evidence and facts, no matter how ugly or uncomfortable they may be, then maybe that's a label we should all embrace.